Greetings, YouTube. We have seen so many examples of price gouging in the past year in the Marvel Casino of Champions that it's led me to coin the term, especially when it comes to signature stones, of something called sigflation, meaning inflation with signature stones. This is how Kabam makes so much of their money now. The supply for 5 and 6 star champions is higher and easier than ever. I mean, just think. Getting a 5 star a couple years ago used to be really, really hard to do. We used to see somebody like the whale himself, Cow Whale, Crystal Opening Whale, spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just to try to land 5 stars. Now, you know how many amazing 5 stars I've seen just from the daily special for $5? And everybody, essentially, other than like the beginners of the beginners, gets the Grandmaster Daily Special. Which, gotta love that there's now 2 of those on Sundays. But regardless, what happens when the game puts more 5 and 6 star champions out there than ever before? Well, suddenly the demand for crystal shards goes down, but the demand for awakening gems and especially signature stones skyrockets. So the economy of the game has shifted from just hunting crystal shards, although you can see things like the mythic crystals and the legendary crystals still being thrown out there for people to buy. But the majority of the demand comes from rank up materials, awakening gems, and signature stones, along with, of course, gold and ISO. So we have a breakdown and really a top off of the uncollected today. So this is the first thing that you will see, a 5-star signature bundle. 10 5-star 6 stones. Now, if you just saw this, even for uncollected members, and you thought, how much should Kabam charge? I'd say for 10, I know they're generics, but not even a 5-star dupe worth, maybe 300 units. Well, it's 500, which is definitely overpriced, but not outrageous to the point of gagging. I will say it's also 100,000 gold, which is $10 worth of gold. The gold usually tells you how much they should charge, and so $10 worth of units, to be fair, is 275. So I think this should be 300 units. 275 units is technically what the gold says it should be. It's 500. It's 500. But this is not really where the outrage on this offer hits me. 500 instead of 300 units? Okay. I get it. Standard, par for the course for Kabam. But there are multiple tiers of this bundle that just get more and more ridiculous. Because suddenly they're asking people who are uncollected or higher, but Cavalier and Thronebreaker players, I can't imagine you really snatching this one up. So really it's mainly for targeting uncollected members. Keep in mind you can now get in every 22-hour event, once you reach a certain progression level, 1 generic 5-star 6-stone. So, 500 units for this. Oh, and I should point out, since it's Sunday in the daily special for you Cavalier members and above, you get 1 plus 5, which I know it's not for units, but $5 for cash is very reasonable. You get essentially half of what they're offering today, plus 3,000 tier 5 basic, plus a regular Cavalier crystal, plus 256-star shards for $5, or like half as many units if you're just going for strictly cash to units as they're offering today. So the fact that this also comes out on Sunday makes 0 sense, economically speaking. But then it goes to both 2,000 and 3,000. So Kabam is now saying to uncollected members, we know you really want to max sig that Aegon, that Captain America Infinity War. You know? Champions that really need a max sig. So we are going to ratchet up the price more than ever. For these prices, you should also get some 6-star signature stones, but they've taken those out. We're talking about 5,500 units, almost $200 worth of units. And that takes a 5-star, let's just say they're awakened and they're at Sig 1. 500 units takes them to SIG 11. 2,500 units takes them to SIG 61. And almost $200 units takes them to SIG 161. There's not even a million worth of gold in these either, which is so pathetic. And then, of course, speaking of pathetic, you have them trying to target proven members for 4-star SIG stones for an outrageous amount. If you were to buy all 3 of the 4-star SIG stone bundles, it would equal almost $100 worth of units. It would be 2,600 units for 4-star SIG stones. This is the kind of thing that you would expect to see 3 years ago, maybe. Like before 6 stars, when 5-star SIG stones were like not only really rare, but also the highest SIG stones you could get for the highest star rarity, because 5 stars used to be the highest. But regardless, it's just price gouging. More price gouging today for uncollected players. If you don't want to become uncollected, if you want to stay there, fine. But if you have the units to purchase this, you don't want to spend them on this. You want to spend them on revives to become Cavalier. It is very difficult to go from Cavalier to Thronebreaker. It's not as difficult to go from uncollected to Cavalier. We see people do it all the time. Now, obviously, the big difference is you can't use your 4-star champions once you get past Act 5. Sometimes people become uncollected with nothing but 4-star, like rank 4s. But I also think it's more common now for uncollected players to have at least 1 or 2 rank 4 5 stars. So yes, this is price gouging. I know it's taken me a while to get to this, but I wanted to take my time and speak on behalf of proven players, on Conqueror players, and uncollected players. Y'all, it's Sigflation like we have seen time and time again this year. It is not a good value at all for your money. And I say steer clear of this. If you really want to advance from uncollected to Cavalier, use the $200 worth of units almost on revives, and thank me later.